Welcome inside a brand new edition of UNI TV, where we give you an inside look at the news impacting students on the University of Northern Iowa campus and community members here in the Cedar Valley. I'm Margot Sturgis.
And I'm Sammy Mallow. On this week's show, we will be taking an in-depth look at some groups on campus who are making a difference, a few unique businesses, and a variety of other stories. So be sure to stay tuned.
Right now, from the University of Northern Iowa, this is UNI TV News.
It's all for the kids here at the University of Northern Iowa during our third annual dance marathon. Here to tell us more is reporter Luke Hansen.
They came, they donated, and they danced for 12 hours with no sitting or caffeine to raise money for the kids at the University of Northern Iowa's third annual dance marathon. National Director of Dance Marathon, Zach Johnson, came back to one of his favorite dance marathons in the nation and helped cheer on the Panthers with his words of encouragement to keep them dancing through the night.
You are doing it by standing for those kids who one day dreamed to be standing right where you are today. You're doing it because you want to be a part of something bigger than yourselves, and you're doing it at one of the most special dance marathons in our entire family. The rest of the nation is recognizing that special things are happening here at the University of Northern Iowa. You guys have not only put your campus on the map, not only put Iowa on the map, you have put this cause on the map. You are joining a movement that is bigger than yourselves, and you're doing it for the greatest cause there is, these kids. So, are you guys excited to make a difference in the next month? If you're really excited, I want to hear the loudest cheer you can. FTK!
FTK! FTK! FTK! 1, 2.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The University of Northern Iowa's Dance Marathon strives to provide hope and comfort for families with children facing life-threatening illnesses by raising money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals and hosting events that heighten students and community awareness.
We need right over here. Let's bust a chord or two, and then you'll know it's true that a song makes things go right. Put away your trouble, let your joy be double while we bust a chord tonight. We are for the kids, we're shy.
UNI Dance Marathon is a student organization that raises money for the Iowa Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network. The money that is raised goes towards 4 things: research, education, equipment, enhancements. These 4 things will help the children and families to feel as close to home as possible during their stay at the hospital. They continued to stay on the Dance Marathon national map while surpassing their goal of $125,000 by raising over $176,490. The president of University of Northern Iowa, Bill Rude, had the privilege this year to reveal the numbers raised by his students.
Once they get up here, we'd like to welcome a very special guest who's going to help us with the final reveal. Let's give a big UNI round of applause to our president, President Rude.
Gotta fit them all on here. Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Nate. Big round of applause for Nate and Emily. I got the numbers right here. You guys want to know? Come on, you want to know? That's better. How about 4? How about 3? I guess there's 2 numbers I haven't shown, and that's a 2 and a 5. A two makes us beat the goal, right? If it's a 5, we blasted the goal. Wait a minute, isn't there one more number? 7. Let him see the 7.
Reporting for the kids and for UNI TV, I'm Luke Hansen.
AC Glassford attended the Salsa Club's dance at the Wesley Foundation on Friday, March 7th. He sat down with Henry and Holly to find out more about the club and what their profits go towards.
The UNI Salsa Club held a dance at the Wesley Foundation on Friday, March 7th. I sat down with Henry Williams and Holly Rixmeyer to see how this club got started.
I'm Henry Williams. I'm the president of Salsa Club. We just got started, so this is our first semester being officially an student organization. And Holly is our marketing specialist.
Yep, I do all the kind of graphic design work. I design all the flyers and help with Facebook promotion and face-to-face promotion.
And then we're also like co-instructors.
Yep.
So we teach the lessons usually before the dances. It's a funny story how we got started. I'm a transfer student from San Antonio. And then when I came to UNI about 6 years ago or 7 years ago, I'd never danced before ever. And so I took a dance class over at the WRC, a ballroom dance class, and then it was very scary, but I just took it, and then I got really supported by my classmates. And so I took another class, and then another class, and then next thing you know, I was like, I really love dancing. And so there was no real salsa dancing here at UNI, and so I felt like we needed to start a club or do something that we can practice our like salsa dancing here. And then eventually we started the Wesley Foundation, and then we just had like monthly dances, and we had like a nice group here that just liked it salsa dance.
I started salsa dancing 2 years ago. I came to my first salsa club event, and then I've been salsa dancing with Henry ever since. We made a connection, and so we decided to work together and host events and promote the events, and then co-teach lessons.
Henry is hopeful that this club will continue to grow over this following year.
Since we just started the club this year, we're really looking for more people to sort of get involved and take leadership positions, because right now I'm a doctoral student. I'll be graduating pretty soon, so I'm looking for someone to take over the club while I'm gone, and then for the salsa community to grow a little bigger and stuff. So I know we're trying to get connections in the community to like reach out to like more Latin populations also in town, and just to build salsa like on campus as well.
The Salsa Club not only holds dances to raise awareness for themselves, but also for the benefits of other organizations, like the Northern Iowa Wishmakers.
We usually do monthly dances, and I feel like through the Wesley Foundation we could always do a sort of like a fundraiser, and that way we could do more than just dancing as a community. And we reached out to the Wishmakers last year, and they've been very supportive, and they've helped us to like promote the club and stuff. So I feel like it's a bonus for both parties. Like we get to like have more dancers that maybe wouldn't normally salsa dance, and then they also get to like raise money and raise awareness about their cause. And so we're always looking for new groups to partner with. Like last year we did the Wishmakers, we did Dance Marathon, Art for El Salvador.
We did the Red Cross after the hurricane.
Yep. So if any other groups are looking to partner with us in the future for other fundraisers, we're looking forward to that.
I think this is our third or fourth time pairing up with the Salsa Club this year, and Henry and Holly have just been great about being supportive about the Wishmakers, and it's always fun to come, and everybody gets to dance together, and it's always just a good time.
I sat down with Connor Kim and Chloe Bassa to find out what the Northern Iowa Wishmakers are all about.
The Northern Iowa Wishmakers is a group on campus that works with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And what we do, we put on 3 main fundraisers throughout the year. So we do Fall into Wishes, which is a raking event that we do in the community. Flippin' for Wishes is a pancake breakfast we do at Who Hot. And then there's Swishes for Wishes, that is a basketball tournament we do, which is actually coming up at the end of March. So those are our 3 main ones. We do a lot of fundraisers besides that throughout the year. We do the Car Bash. That's going to be, I think, on CAB's homecoming list next year as well. So there's some other ones we do, but those are the main 3 that we do.
All of the funds that we raise in all of our events go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and then they hold those funds to the side for us, and then they try to pair us with a child in the Cedar Valley area. So we know when we do end up moving that money from the Make-A-Wish, or from the Northern Iowa Wishmakers to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, all of the money that goes to that wish child and to that wish has come from us. So it's a really great feeling to be able to be a part of something like that.
Be sure to look out for more Salsa Club dances and also to sign up for Swishes for Wishes on March 29th. For UNI TV, I'm AC Glassford.
I am a future Panther.
I am excited for college.
I am building my skills.
I'm trying new things.
I am shaping the future.
I am ready for the real world.
I am a success.
I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit iamuni.net.
Hello and welcome to another segment of UNI TV. I'm Lynn Taw, and here with me today is President Bill Rood of the University of Northern Iowa. President Rood, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks, Lynn.
So I've just got a few questions for you today. Sure. First off, you're just about ready to get done with your first school year here at the university. What are your thoughts on your year?
Great year, very exciting, a few challenges, working with the legislature, working with the budget, but we were able to start the year increasing enrollment above our budget, so we added about 360 students. We've had a good year talking with the legislature. I'm enjoying it very much.
Yeah.
UNI is a great place, great students, great faculty, great community. We have our challenges, but I think we're very excited about increasing enrollment. We're very excited about balancing the budget. We're very excited about some of the face changes on campus with Baker Hall coming down and the repurposing of Bartlett, and we look very much forward to even better 2014-15.
Are the Iowa winters a lot different than they are in Pennsylvania?
They are different from Pennsylvania, but they're not quite as cold as North Dakota. Yeah. No, in Pennsylvania we had a lot of ice, but I understand that this was one of the top 5 coldest winters in 150 years in Iowa, so I hope I got that out of the way. Get that out of the way early, and then we can have nicer winters for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So what kind of are you looking forward to for the next school year?
Well, a couple things we're looking forward to is, I think, number one, we're hopeful that the governor's budget will pass and that the $4 million in new money and the 4% for a tuition freeze will come to fruition. Also included in that is $33 million for the repurposing of Schindler Education. So we're very excited about the planning for a new education facility. I think we're also looking forward to continue to develop our enrollment management program. We're in the process of hiring an associate vice president for enrollment management and really develop a better cooperative effort between the Office of the Registrar, the Office of Admissions, the Office of Financial Aid, really start developing and explaining our scholarship opportunities better, working with Iowa State and the University of Iowa, but also working with the Board of Regents to make sure we get this allocation formula that we've been talking about right. Obviously advantage UNI, but we'd like to get it right, and then continue to begin to start wrapping up our 2010-2015 strategic plan and moving on to our 2016, either a 2016 to 2020 or a 2016 to 2026 strategic plan, which will culminate in the 150th anniversary of this great institution.
Yeah. Is there a certain amount of students that you're hoping to achieve for the next school year?
Well, obviously, the more the better. We'd like to gradually grow. I think this institution will sustain no new buildings, no new academic facilities, no new capacity if we grow back to about 14,000 students. So the number we've really thought about and talked about is 14,000. If we grow at about 300 to 400 students a year, you do that comfortably over 5 to 7 years. I think that's a nice momentum for us. We can still be a university where you're a name, not a number. We can still utilize all our facilities without having to ask the state for more, and continue to develop good programs, good curriculum, good new programs that will accommodate students, and work hard to partner with our community college and our transfer students so we can continue to look at the possibility of developing more 2+2, 2+3 programs.
And kind of going off what you were talking about with the legislature, obviously Governor Branstad didn't put the original request from UNI in his budget. What are you thinking about how the budget discussions are going on right now in the legislature?
We keep our fingers crossed. The budget discussions so far are good. The Ed Appropriates Committee out of the Senate has put forward a recommendation of the governor's budget. We're having a lot of conversations with our local legislators. We're having a lot of conversation with legislators throughout the state. We're having a lot of conversations with Senate and House leadership. The governor's on campus tomorrow, Friday the 4th of April, and so we're going to have some more discussions with him tomorrow and try and keep steadfast and support his budget and getting that budget along with the appropriations committee support and along with the allocation task force. We hope that we can build a good base budget next year and then continue to add to that over the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, definitely. And, looking back, at your year, what do you think is your biggest accomplishment and what do you think has been your biggest challenge?
Okay. Biggest accomplishment is continuing providing a good platform for quality education for students. Students are first. Students are very important. I think one of our biggest successes last year was to increase the admissions office staff by 4 full-time people, which helped us increase our enrollment over our goal by 360 students. And I think as we move forward, students drive this place. Students are critical to what we do. Students are very important. So that's been the biggest smile that we've had, I think, this year. The biggest challenge continues to be to tell and sell the story of the University of Northern Iowa throughout the state of Iowa, throughout the Midwest, throughout the bordering states. It's a great place, but I think especially west of I-35 and in the bordering states around Iowa, not enough people know what a great place we have here. And so I think we need to get out there slowly but surely and tell and sell the story. Last year we only visited 50% of the high schools in Iowa. This year we visited 99% of the high schools in Iowa. Wow. That's a huge accomplishment for us, but it's a huge challenge because we have 2 great partners in the Regent system that are engaged in collaborative competition with us. We have a lot of private schools, and we have a lot of schools in the bordering states that still would like, people know that we're number 2 in U.S. News and World Report, and in some ways we need to make sure that we continue to keep up the pace of success at UNI.
Wonderful. Well, President Rood, it looks like we're out of time. Well, thank you so much for coming here today.
Thanks, Lynn. Appreciate it anytime. Enjoyed
Wonderful. And thank you for watching another segment of UNI TV. I'm Lynn Ta, and stay classy, UNI.
While most bike shops specialize in fixing and selling bikes, the Des Moines Bicycle Collective in downtown Des Moines also specializes in altruism. Here is reporter Lynn Ta with the story.
With warmer weather finally hitting Iowa, people are ready to go outside and enjoy the sun. And while most bike shops view this as the prime selling season, at the Des Moines Bicycle Collective, they view the spring as a time to give some bikes back.
We try to donate out to people who are of low income or have fallen on some sort of hard times. So that could be school children who are disadvantaged, battered women, veterans, homeless, refugees, people getting out of prison, people going through a drug rehabilitation program.
Located in East Village in downtown Des Moines, the Des Moines Bicycle Collective provides not only athletic opportunities, but learning opportunities for patrons and workers as well.
We don't actually do any repairs here, so when a person has something wrong with their bicycle or they need to change tires, brakes, they come in and they can rent a bike post and get the stuff done so that their knowledge becomes more of what they're actually using to get to work on. I've always worked as a mechanic or bicyclist, motorcyclist from a young age, so to me it's kind of made me do a 360 of what I have done, and I've come back to what I enjoy. And when you get paid for something you enjoy, it can have a lot of benefits on your well-being, your stress, you get up, you want to go to work, that's the impact it's had on me. And it's helped me through the times that I went through a treatment program, and this place was here for me. It let me come and work, and they're generally doing a good thing. People can come here and work off the community service, and it's a good thing. It's a good program.
So if you ever fall off the beaten path, remember who to call. For UNI TV, this is Lynn Taw.
The University of Northern Iowa has always been known as one of the premier teaching schools in the nation. Here's Zach Wright to tell us more about the new pilot program that will set us further apart.
The University of Northern Iowa, formerly known as the Iowa State Teachers College, is one of the premier teaching colleges in the nation. I sat down with J.D. Cryer to discuss our new teaching grant.
We at UNI have received a grant from the Iowa Department of Education to do a study based on an extended year-long student teaching option. And so it was a competitive grant between the schools in Iowa, and so they chose UNI to lead this project, and so it'll be a great opportunity for UNI to help the state. I think UNI was chosen for this pilot because of our strong teacher education program. We are the leaders in teacher ed in the state of Iowa. We've got a good, strong program all the way through. We currently have a very good student teaching program, and so what we can do with our local partners should be pretty significant. That we specifically looked at bringing Waterloo school districts as an urban school, Linn-Mar school district as a suburban school, and Hudson school district as a rural school, so that we have a wide range of schools that represent the state of Iowa. We've got a number of students, so we can have both control group that will be involved with the study to figure out the research components of this. So the numbers of students really helped us. And the other schools that it was put out as part of the grant would go to a public school, so one of the reading schools, UNI, Iowa, or Iowa State, and then part of the grant would go to a private school. And so we were chosen over Iowa and Iowa State. In terms of who's participating, right now in Iowa it's a pilot program. Nobody's doing this right now, and so the state's looking at that. And so UNI will be representing the public schools, and Dordt College in Northwest Iowa will be representing the private schools. Nationwide, there are some schools that are involved in this. Arizona State University is a major player down in Phoenix, and so they've got different circumstances, a big metropolitan area, and so they have different possibilities that they can do that currently we wouldn't be able to do in Iowa. So our program will look different from some of the other ones there in South Dakota, Minnesota, and some other places. Well, we're hoping that students will look at this as a good opportunity for this pilot, at least, that it will be a great opportunity to extend their program. They're going to be in the school longer than they would during the student teaching. The traditional way it's set up. So the program is set up, they're not going to extend their program at all. There's no extra cost to doing it. It's a win-win for the students, that they will get a lot more experience in the classroom during the semester before they would traditionally student teach. So that experience, we'll find out if it's valuable or not. There is an incentive to do this, that along with the funding for the project, students that participate would receive a $2,500 scholarship to offset costs that they might lose in that fall semester. So hopefully that'll be a good incentive for students to get involved, along with being in the school the whole year long. Should be a neat component to building them as teachers. Well, I think it solidifies us as one of the strongest, or the strongest teacher ed program in the state. So hopefully they'll look at that. If they want to be a teacher, they know that they can come to UNI and get a very strong teaching degree education that will prepare them. Once we have this information, we'll be taking it to the state and presenting the information, and then they decide what they will do with it. That based upon what we find. It is a research study, so if it shows some strengths, we'll look at that as a faculty and make the decision if we want how we want that to play out at UNI. If there's no real findings, then we'll take that into consideration. But for students coming to UNI, I think it's a great illustration that we have a strong UNI teacher education program that will prepare them to be excellent teachers someday.
Be sure to tune in next time when I sit down with UNI's Dean of Education, Dwight Watson. For UNI TV, I'm Zach Wright.
Have you ever caught yourself thinking, what am I doing with my college career? What's something actually fun I can get involved in on campus? Look no further than Cedar River Productions, or as many know it as CRP. It's the perfect way to gain experience with on-camera acting, learn how to shoot promotional videos, commercials, or short films, and boost your confidence in editing with Adobe Premiere. Come check out one of our CRP meetings every Thursday at 6 p.m. in the Performing Studio of Lang Hall, or like our Facebook page, Cedar River Productions, for the latest updates.
Are you a local guitarist looking for a custom-built guitar that will suit your needs? Here with a story about a UNI student's very own guitar business is Mike Lieb.
Guitarists demand expression in their guitars, from the way it sounds to every technicality involved in the fretboards and body of the guitar. University of Northern Iowa student Aaron Bauman understands this as he and his company, Anvil Guitars, builds custom guitars from the ground up.
Every birth of an Anvil guitar is a discussion between myself and the customer. Every detail they want, we can scope out. Every piece, part, certain colors, and work out a deal of what's comfortable in their price range and what will really be a solid unit for them to actually play and enjoy and just believe, wow, that is my custom guitar.
Started last year and driven by his love for guitars, Bauman takes pride in individuality.
Friends would stop by, they'd look at my guitar and they'd wonder, where did you get that? Like, what brand is that? Oh, I want it, how much for it? I wasn't willing to sell it, but then the idea popped in my mind, and by help of some friends, I got introduced with entrepreneurship. From there, I've taken Anvil guitars to just a project that I did in a woodshop class to a functioning business.
Success with the entrepreneurship program has helped Anvil Guitars set goals and get their name out to the public reach.
Market research has been looked into. We're talking with teams right now to find out which sort of marketing plan best suits us and how exactly to get our name out in the Cedar Valley.
Progression is just as important as customization for Anvil Guitars as they look into the future.
My 5 to 10 year goal is to be the #1 name in guitar custom shop in the Midwest. We're starting to branch into the hollow bodies rather than solid body electrics and basses, and hopefully getting into an acoustic build here pretty quick. So Anvil Guitars is quickly becoming a full range offering of customizable instruments.
Anvil Guitars is eager to work with anybody and everybody interested in a fully customized guitar.
To check us out and to further your interest and see about pricing options, please get in contact with us at anvilguitars@gmail.com.
The future continues to look bright for UNI student Aaron Bauman as he continues to do what he loves.
A goal is just a dream until work is put forth, and right now with all the work going on, that sky looks pretty clear.
There are new businesses showing up around the Cedar Falls area all the time. Margot Sturgis has a little more about Cedar Falls' recently added popcorn shop.
Not sure where to grab a tasty snack? Do you have a love for popcorn? Here's What's Poppin' on Main Street in Cedar Falls should be your next stop. This isn't your everyday popcorn shop. They have unique flavors and a rockin' theme.
We opened the store in June 14, 2013. We had a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, where we were there. My daughter was being showcased at Nashville to be singing. We had went to a popcorn store there, and I got the idea to come back and open one downtown Cedar Falls. We wanted the store to be about singing also, so that's where the name came from. Here's What's Popping, meaning like popping new artists. So with that, we decided to name the popcorn after songs. So some of our popcorn, we call them the greatest hits, and the most popular popcorn gets a name. And a lot of times we'll have a competition on Facebook that will determine how that popcorn's named. So our Butterfinger is called Slip Sliding Away. Snickers is Satisfaction. Hungry Like a Wolf is Maple Bacon. Ring of Fire is our Ghost Pepper. Opposites Attract is Caramel Cheddar. Ebony and Ivory is Oreo. So there's several different ones like that that get a special name because they're the most popular, and we wanted to name some of them after music and just put a little fun twist to the popcorn.
Not only does the popcorn taste delicious, but it is all made in the store, and they also support other local businesses.
We make everything right here in the store. We start with the seed, we pop the seed, and we'll pop several gallons of popcorn, and then we caramelize it here, pack it, and then label it. Everything is done right here in the store. All of our products we buy locally from local businesses. We use our butter from Hanson's Dairy. There's a gold medal dealer here in town that we use, and it's important to us to support local businesses.
Support your local businesses and visit Here's What's Poppin' on Main today.
For more than 125 years, programs in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences have formed a cornerstone at the University of Northern Iowa. Students can pursue a degree in a range of majors that cater to their interests and provide career preparation. Chaz majors enjoy the best of two worlds, the opportunities and state-of-the-art facilities of a larger university with the connection to faculty and hands-on experience of a smaller school. Together, we can build a foundation that will prepare you for your future.
UNI TV is not the only way UNI students and the community can get the news on campus. Dakota Funk has more on the Northern Iowan newspaper and what you can do to get your story published.
Another way students can get their writings published is through the campus newspaper, the Northern Iowan. The Northern Iowan newspaper is the student-run newspaper located in the basement of the Mocker Union on the campus of UNI. The newspaper is run similar to how they run a newspaper in a newsroom.
Our editors will come up with story ideas, writers will take them, photographers will go to those places and take pictures for us as well. And then the students will turn in the stories, they'll get edited. My photographers will turn in their pictures to me, I'll edit those, and then it all comes together like from the front page and then on in. What we do is the campus life and news each have a side and they'll write down their stories, and if it has a red mark next to it, that means that they need a photographer to go to the event and take pictures.
From feature news to hard news to opinion columns, students get a variety of stories and topics to cover.
I really like the variety of stories that are available. Like, there's a wide selection of different topics that we can choose from, and also the fact that we can choose our own stories. And a lot of people that I work with here, they're pretty understanding if something's late or if my source aren't providing good information, and they're just really fun to work with.
Many of the editors wrote for the newspaper before they became editors. Katie Peterson, who has been with the Northern Iowan for 4 years, enjoys training new writers and seeing how their writing improves over time.
That's my favorite, is when they come in and it's a little rocky at first, but then we show them, hey, this is why we changed the things we've changed, and then like, oh, I didn't realize that was incorrect or that sort of thing, and they work on it and it just gets so much better, and then 2 months they're just never would have known that they didn't know what they were doing when they came here, and it's fantastic. I like to watch that growth.
The Northern Iowan continues to be a strong media outlet for students on campus. New editions of the newspaper come out Mondays and Thursdays. Students can pick it up for free anywhere around campus.
If I didn't work here, I wouldn't know anything that was happening on campus because I wouldn't pay attention. I honestly wouldn't. But working here has connected me with a lot of people. I've met a lot of people I wouldn't have met otherwise, and it helps me develop my editing skills, and I meet a lot of cool people to work with and interview and that sort of thing, and it's just the ideal place for me to work. I like it a lot.
The Northern Iowan is always looking for ambitious writers and photographers to apply.
If you want to work for us, we're usually hiring all the time, so come talk to us. It's a good place to work, and we'd love to work with you as well.
If you want to work in a friendly and encouraging environment, the Northern Iowan is the place to work. Reporting for UNI TV, I'm Dakota Funk.
The UNI Student Theater Association is rehearsing for a children's play about a subject that may surprise you. Emily Morrison has the story.
At first, like when I tell people it's a children's show, and then they ask what it's about, and I tell it's about death, they're kind of like, oh.
Thanks to the UNI Student Theater Association, Arkansas Bear, a children's play written by Arant Harris, will be performed at the Strayerwood Theater on March 29th and 30th.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It is a beautiful, beautiful play, and I'm just really excited that we get to put it up on its feet and discover everything about it.
The play follows Tish, a young girl who is about to lose her grandpa. The girl is granted a wish in the form of a dancing bear and mime who will help her understand death.
She goes through a journey of learning to accept that everybody and everything has its time to die, which is hard for her, but with the help of her friend Bear and the mime, she realizes that it happens and you have to let the balloon go.
Actress Samantha Reese fills the role of Tish and says it's been an emotional journey for her.
I relate very well to this character because when I was in 4th grade, my grandpa died. And I never thought about it, at all after that. I was really close with him. I took it really hard. And then I just, repressed it. And I didn't realize that taking this role would make it all come back up.
While Reese faced emotional challenges involved in the show, actor Zach Atha faced problems of a more physical variety.
One of the biggest challenges, which is kind of funny, I have to do this Russian dance, I think the bear calls it. So I have to do these squats, and they're really fast, and the first night I did them, I was able to do them fine, but for the next 2 or 3 days I really couldn't walk, and I was sort of waddling along all over campus because I'm a little out of shape.
Rehearsal for the show began in late February. Director Sam Card has used unconventional methods to get his actors in touch with their inner child.
I think the biggest thing is that they've been reminded of the ability to play. A lot of times as we get old, we sort of forget that theater at its nature comes from playing pretend, and I was able to re-invite them to that aspect and to approach a show differently than you normally would.
Though death seems like a heavy topic for children, actor Marty Wessels, who plays Bear, explains the methods Harris used to bring it down to a child's level.
The bear, one of his biggest realizations about dying is that there's never going to be anyone to see his hats anymore, or for him to wear his hats, and for people not to be able to see his dance or his specific dances and things like that. So he's not as sad about not living anymore, but he's more so sad about people not being able to see and to enjoy these things that he loves so much. And I think that's really easy for children and young audiences alike to gravitate towards, because we all have possessions that we're very fond of, and things that we would really hate to see, not shared with the world anymore.
The director and cast members all agree that it's a great show for kids to attend.
The actors are having fun, they're playing kids, it's silly, it's goofy, there's pantomiming, so there's mime work going on. We have moments of audience interaction, so the kids get up and play with us. It really just a truly playful, fun, theatrical experience.
The show is free for all attendees. For more information, visit unistaonline.org. For UNI TV, I'm Emily Morrison.
Hello, my name is Dwight Watson. I'm the Dean of the College of Education at the University of Northern Iowa. At the University of Northern Iowa, we are excited about preparing teachers and educators and people who provide services throughout the community. Our goal is to educate, serve, and lead. I'm excited about the opportunities that are in my College of Education. If you're interested in becoming a leader, a teacher, or a service provider, come to the University of Northern Iowa.
The UNI Interpreters Theater gets wasted in a one-of-a-kind performance telling all about America's waste culture. Sammy Mallow is there to report.
Attention, superheroes.
6 misfit superheroes find themselves in an extreme emergency in Wasted, an ensemble production taking place in Lang Hall's Interpreters Theater.
Wasted is an experimental play
about our throwaway culture in America.
And in order to solve the emergency, they have to rummage through the trash. And as they do this, we learn about things such as affluenza,
waste of time, waste of materials, waste of food,
plastic, and people.
Wasted was a unique experience for all involved, as the students were directly involved in the process of creating this production.
About, I would say, a year and a half ago, I decided that I wanted to direct a show about material waste. My past research had been looking at bodily waste, particularly around issues of waste and sanitation and water issues. And so I wanted to look at material waste and consumption. and decided that I wanted to write it with the students.
It was cast before we even had a script. So us, like, we came together, and then we kind of decided what we wanted it to be about, and we wrote it together, and we picked all our own characters and like who they are and what they're going to be like, and then we constructed it together.
The beginning few rehearsals that we had, we would all just come together and Danielle would give us a prop, like something to go off of, and then we had to just come up with ideas. And that was kind of tough, coming up with ideas for that.
When we came to rehearsals and were given that and then encouraged to like take that information and turn it in or like embody it in some way to turn it into something that we would perform on stage.
The night that we figured out, okay, it's about superheroes and everything, Danielle brought in a couple of sheets of paper that said this character, da-da-da-da-da, they can do this and this is their weakness. And that's what launched it all.
Sort of like the ownership and the part that we all played in the show is more than just like line memorization and like coming to practice, but it's very like personal. We're writing and we're helping block and choreography and that kind of stuff. So it was a large task, but it's also been really rewarding and a lot of fun. So
it has been a rewarding and great experience for those involved.
It's really been a very good experience with having that sort of freedom to experience it in ways that, you know, where you usually handed a script and be that. And it's been much easier to connect.
I did a lot of the costuming stuff and like I got to use like my design skills and like that kind of thing and like choreography, and then just like on stage and like giving each other feedback instead of just listening to like one person kind of like the top down, like this is how it has to be. That's not how it was. So it was a lot more like hands-on learning and a lot more educational of an experience than just like acting.
The cast and crew of Wasted hope that their audience walks away with a greater message about waste.
I just really hope that the audience has a good time coming to see this piece.
A lot of laughs and some tears perhaps, and a nice strong message about our relationship with waste.
I really do hope that people's perspectives are changed just a little bit.
I hope they'll become more aware of not throwing so many things away when they attend this show. I mean, we're doing this to raise awareness as well as, you know, just have fun, put on a great show and everything.
I want the audience to have more responsibility about and like consciousness as they live their life. Like, what am I wasting? What could I be saving? What could I be repurposing? Saying thank you to their garbage person. Like actually appreciating the things that we do use and like consume instead of just like throwing things away as if they go away.
And I hope that they can leave this place with a smile and thinking, okay, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to leave a cupcake in the mailbox for the mail lady because she really has been doing a great job. You know, so thank your garbage man and the people who clean up your bathrooms because they deserve a thank you.
Congratulations on successfully accomplishing your mission.
This has been Sammy Mallow reporting for UNI TV.
It's no secret that bicycles are a great way to exercise and travel. Yet one local group found another creative use for these handy modes of transportation. Mike Hudson set out to learn more.
The Waterloo Center for Arts is a place for people of all ages to come and develop an awareness and appreciation of arts and culture. The museum includes the Phelps Youth Pavilion, where they recently opened a new exhibit called The Great Bicycle Recycle to teach kids ways in which they can be eco-friendly.
One of the featurettes of that particular exhibit is getting artists involved in using recycled materials, and more specifically, the recycled materials we're talking about is our bicycles. And so we worked with the Cedar Valley Bike Collective to acquire kind of a large quantity of bikes that we could kind of offer to artists to kind of see what type of remix that they can make.
This sculpture weighs over 400 pounds and contains parts from 39 different bikes.
We took concepts centered around recycling and biking and made like tiny little experiences for kids of all ages that kind of come in and learn about reusing materials, to learning about consumption of changing out lights from compact fluorescents to LEDs, from incandescent light bulbs, as well as learning how to kind of repair things. You know, in some cases we probably don't need new things, we just probably need to learn how to fix them.
The bicycle art will eventually be installed along parts of the 110 miles of bike trails around the Cedar Valley.
One of the goals, I mean, not only supporting kind of bike culture in our community, I think that healthy living kind of lifestyle. I mean, healthy living isn't always just about fitness. It's also about being expressive and celebrating the arts.
The exhibit will remain on display through the spring and is open to the public. For more information, give them a call or visit their website.
I am a future Panther.
I am ready to transfer.
I am building my skills.
I am social networking.
I am investing in my future.
I am challenging my students.
I am running my own business.
I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net.
Community members were able to get a taste of nature at Hartman Reserve Nature Center's Maple Syrup Festival. Olivia Hoddle has the story.
The 29th Annual Maple Syrup Festival, held March 1st and 2nd, 2014, recognized the Cedar Falls Hartman Reserve Nature Center and the trees on its grounds in a sweet way.
This festival celebrates the maple trees out here at Hartman Reserve. Every year we tap the trees and process the sap into maple syrup. It takes 40 gallons of sap to distill down to 1 gallon of maple syrup, so you can imagine we have to get quite a bunch.
Hartman Reserve is not licensed to sell their syrup, so they share it with community members at the Maple Syrup Festivals. The syrup from the previous year is frozen, then reheated at the festival and put on the pancakes of the hungry attendees.
We started planning for this truly the day after our last year's festival. We went over what we could do differently and what worked, what we wanted to change for this year. And then as the event got closer, we started securing our sponsors and planning for exhibits.
Various sponsors help make the event a success.
There's Chris Cakes, and we have Starbucks and Hanson's Dairy. And then the Hearst Art Center is hosting some nature crafts over in the Buckles. And then Friendship Village has been helpful in supplying a shuttle to bring all our guests here. So that's really nice. We have all these loyal customers, loyal sponsors, and families that come back year after year.
One sponsor, the Chris Cakes Pancake Catering Company, always draws a crowd. Mass amounts of pancakes are made at once and then flipped to awaiting attendees.
Everybody, of course, they like to catch the pancakes, the little kids catching the pancakes, well, and the big kids too.
And volunteers are a huge part of the festival, no matter what role they play.
We have people like Uncle Chuck. He's playing music over here. He just loves this place too, and so he said, how can I help? We hear that a lot, and you know, for this event, we just truly could not do it without our volunteers. They really are an important part of this whole thing.
Our coaches just sent out emails, and a few of us volunteered. We just wanted to help in the kitchen and, you know, help out the community. We had heard this is a pretty cool event.
Not only is it a fundraiser, but we want to increase the awareness of Hartman Reserve. We've had quite a few new people this year, which is always nice, and introduce them to Hartman Reserve. And then also make people aware of our natural heritage that you can see all around you when you're out here at Hartman.
This is a reality for Held, who has never attended Hartman Reserve for any other reason before.
Even just a few minutes I've been here, it just feels like a really family, friendly environment. The guy flipping pancakes is awesome. It just seems like a lot of fun. Everyone seems so genuine and nice. Everyone's smiling. It's snowing outside and everyone's still having a lot of fun.
The snow certainly didn't dampen the spirits of any of the maple syrup celebrators.
A little boy, 7-year-old, who walked in and he went, I love this place. Then of course, okay, that made it all worthwhile, you know.
Swoboda says this kind of love for Hartman and nature is exactly what the Maple Syrup Festival is about.
It really is truly people who really love Hartman. And whether it's they come out every day on the trails or whether they travel an hour like one family did this morning, it is truly a collection of people who love Hartman.
For UNI TV, I'm Olivia Hoddle.
That wraps it up for this segment of UNI TV.
We hope you tune in again soon to stay updated on what's going on in the community and on campus. For UNI TV, I'm Sammy Mallow.
And I'm Margot Sturgis. Thanks, Spring Cedar Valley, and have a wonderful day.